Welcome to yet another episode of Podcasting with Depreciation Nation. And the very first thing that we wanted to hit on is that you haven't seen many project videos lately, and that is because it has been cold and rainy, and we do not have a big barn in which to work on our vehicles, so they have kind of taken a sideline. I've still got this lovely boat anchor of an engine sitting next to me here that is in the process of being tended to. My E46 is in the garage under a cover. We've been driving the X3 basically to all of our shoots that you've been seeing, and it is getting ready to come back for a little bit of work, so that's going to re-enter the picture. But really, we've just done what the weather has permitted. So trust, all of that content is coming back.
Yes.
As soon as the weather permits. But what we want to talk about today is something we've been telling you we were going to bring for some time, and that is
American muscle.
It is not that we don't like it. We love it. It is that we have other vehicles that pique our interest, and I'm sure we will get tired of those soon enough.
Oh yeah. You need a rumbling V8 in your
Exactly. So that's what we're going to talk about today, is American cars, as we actually have every intention of bringing you a few of those in either a Miss the Boat or a Bargain Classic series. And so we wanted to preface a little bit of what we have intended right now. And I'm going to jump right into it with the C4 Corvette.
Okay.
Probably one of the more unappreciated platforms that the Corvette has been built on. I know that there have been a few of them, but that one gets more guff than the rest. As a result, the prices reflect accordingly, with really pennies on the dollar of what these were when they were new.
Yeah. They're depreciated heavily.
Literally, our friend Dan sent me one on Messenger the other day for $1,500. Now, granted, it wasn't pristine, but it did run and it did drive for $1,500.
Jeez.
So we're going to start with the C4 Corvette. We're hoping to bring you one of those as far as a performance bargain is concerned, just as soon as we can coordinate with the owner of one that we've been talking with over social media. So the C4 is in the mix.
Okay.
What about you?
My favorite American muscle. I'm gonna take this back to my childhood. I can't tell you what movie I was watching, but I know it had a Firebird with a blower on top, big tires in the back, and it was just loud as hell. And it was like, I want that. And I think I mentioned this before in one of our first podcasts on my block. Remember, in Brooklyn on Empire Boulevard, there was I would say it was a plethora of colors, but it was mostly orange and rust. But it was sitting right there on Empire Boulevard, right by R.S. Strauss. Remember R.S. Strauss, the car place, the old car place? Right there. An old, like, I would say it's probably between 68 to 70 Firebird, and it had the Phoenix on it and all that. And I wanted that car.
So we may know somebody that has one. Maybe sans blower. If he doesn't have it, he may have access to it. His name is Jack. Jack, if you're watching, we're coming for you.
I would love, if I could own that car. Oh my God.
So, that's your pick.
That's my pick.
Right on. How about a first gen Viper? Or second gen? Second gen tends to be a little bit better than the first gen, but it also lost some of the rawness.
That's because first gen is trying to kill you.
The first gen is trying to kill you, and who doesn't like a little bit of that now and then?
My wife.
So first gen Viper's a pick. Granted, that doesn't really fit our traditional theme because the prices are elevated over what we would normally talk about. However, they can be had for as low as $27,000. I found one last night when I was preparing content for this.
Technically, that's depreciated.
Technically, that's a depreciated car. Got 400 horsepower, V10.
Yeah.
Manual transmission. Carroll Shelby was involved. What more do you need?
Exactly. Camaro.
Nice.
IROC.
Nice.
I remember I test drove one. The guy was selling it for $1,200. This was the year 2000. It was an 88 Camaro, 5-speed. And as I said, IROC. And man, that thing blew my mind. You know, fishtail in the back when I hit the gas and all of that. The only reason I didn't purchase that car then and there, he had just welded the dang engine together. It had a cracked motor and he jerry-rigged it somehow just to get it to run, and he let that slip out while he was, you know. And
I'm glad that he did.
Yeah. I'm glad, because I knew even less about cars than I do now, because, you know, I'm the neophyte in this whole project. I'm learning, and I knew less 20 years ago, so,
yeah,
you know, but that car left an impression. Good old, it was loud, and that's what I liked about it. You know, you step on the gas and you hear it. It's one of those cars that it makes you feel like a man. It reaches you in here. So yes.
How about the first gen series of the current Charger and Challenger, which can be had from a V6 to a V8.
V6s don't count.
Well, that's kind of what I'm talking about right now, because the depreciation has affected them more than the V8s.
Yes, that's true.
And the early Chargers had that 6-cylinder that wasn't known to be terribly reliable. And that 6-cylinder can come right out of one of those that's not been terribly reliable, and a V8 can go right back in its spot. Obviously, it's a little bit more complicated than that.
Yeah.
But we can buy those every day of the week for less than $2,000. So maybe we bring you one of those, and maybe it'll be a V6, or maybe it will be a V6 car that was swapped to a V8. I don't know. We don't have one lined up. So if y'all are watching and have a suggestion, please comment below.
I'll throw out a suggestion right now.
Go for it.
You do know that Chargers and Challengers come 4-wheel drive in Colorado.
Yes.
Why not?
Yes.
Imagine a nasty V8 with a four-wheel drive just flying around town.
Because then I could buy an Audi.
Oh yeah, that's what it's called. But the thing is, an Audi don't sound like that.
Right.
And that's what you're looking for. You're looking to wake up your neighbors when you turn it on.
Exactly. Next on your list.
I would go with Gone in 60 Seconds. You notice I'm going to the 60s.
I do.
You know?
I do.
I'm sorry. Angelina Jolie and Nicolas Cage got me with that movie. Gone in 60 Seconds. When Eleanor was running from, was it a 740 BMW?
It's 540.
540 BMW.
Yes, with the Detective Castleback.
Yes.
Yes.
And I don't believe Eleanor could really run from that, but she sure did a damn good job in that movie.
I would agree.
And I love Eleanor.
We probably can't find an Eleanor.
We can't find an Eleanor.
But I'll bet we can find a fastback
I'm good with
of the same era, and I'll bet we can bring that to y'all.
Yeah,
we've been to the Caffeine and Octane quite a few times now, and there are always some fastbacks there. Caffeine and Octane is coming up, so maybe we'll get fortunate.
Maybe.
And be able to land one.
But I'm going to jump a little forward. I'm going to cut you real quick.
Go for it.
You know I drove my first Mustang.
The battery died.
Okay.
Now, you know, recently I just drove my first Mustang ever.
I do, because I was there
Exactly.
with our friends Dorset Automotive out of Terre Haute, Indiana.
Yes.
We were privileged to drive one of the Coyote Mustangs.
485 horsepower.
Somewhere in there.
It was.
Our friend Jay
classic.
Dorman hooked us up, so
Yes.
if you're in the Midwest and you need a Hyundai, Nissan, really anything,
Anything.
they'll get it for you, and you'll have a customer service experience
Like
that
no other.
Exactly.
Like absolutely no other. I had a blast there. But to the Mustang. Oh boy, that was fun.
cold tires on cold pavement.
Tire, it was freezing.
Yes.
It was freezing, and I mean, it was fun. I had more fun driving that Mustang than I thought, and what I loved about it, it wasn't swirly. Or maybe I'm a good driver. I don't know.
I wasn't concerned, I can tell you that. So.
All right, that's good. But it wasn't squirrely. It wasn't squirrely, and that thing, once you get it above 70, it just sits and it goes, you know. The shifting was a little, you know, you got to get used to that high change on the clutch. But I loved it, and I want to do it again, Ford, if you're listening.
I'd like to do it myself. I did it then, but you really can't get enough of that.
You can't get enough of that. You cannot get enough of it, Ford. You cannot get enough of it, Ford.
So, C5, C6 Corvettes are also on the radar. If y'all have any of those you'd like to loan us for a video, and you've seen our channel, you've got a pretty good idea of what we would like to do with that. Nothing too crazy, as we like to continue to have these opportunities.
Yes.
But we're open to suggestions. Any American muscle you'd like to see out there, please comment down below. Please remember to hit that subscribe button, because you might miss awesome content like this. And if this content isn't your flavor, give us a few days and we'll do something a little different.
Yes.
So thanks for watching. Remember, comment, like, subscribe, hit that bell notification to join our nation. We'll talk to you soon.